Hi everybody, welcome to another literacy lesson with me, Miss Mannion. Make sure that you have got your piece of paper and a pencil or a pen ready so that we can start our literacy lesson. Let's go. So, once again, we are starting off with our vocab blast. As I'm sure you've noticed, we have got some different words today, not the same ones that we had yesterday and the day before. Okay? We are going to be looking at what these words are. So we'll start with this one. We've got a picture here of a man in an army uniform and he looks very cross and he looks like he's shouting at somebody and telling them what to do. That's because he is giving a command. I'm going to say that word and I'd like you to say it. Command. 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 Well done. Command. The definition of the word command is telling someone to do something, just like our army man is doing in that picture. So telling someone to do something means it is a command. Well done, year 2. Moving on to this one. I've got a picture of two people having a conversation. You can tell because they've got a little speech bubble above their heads. This word is statement. I'll say it and then you say it. Statement. Statement, statement, statement. Statement, statement, statement. Brilliant, well done. So the definition of a statement is a sentence that gives information. So these two people are having a conversation. They are giving information to each other. They are saying a statement. They are telling something. So I'm going to tell you the definition and I want you to tell me what that word is. Telling someone to do something is a command. Well done. A sentence that gives information is a statement. Fantastic. And the last word that we are looking at, I have got one of these. What are one of these called? Who can remember? Well done. It's an exclamation mark. Now, if you're in year 2, Holly, I wonder if you can remember what your Kung Fu punctuation is for an exclamation mark. If you can remember, show me now. Well done. Whee! Bang. So this is an exclamation mark. And the word is exclamation. That's our word for today, exclamation. I'll say it and then you can say it. Exclamation. 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 Brilliant, well done. So an exclamation is a sudden expression of surprise or another strong feeling. So you might get really, really excited about something and you start to shout and you go, oh my goodness, I'm so excited. That's an exclamation. If we were writing it in our writing, we'd have an exclamation mark at the end. That's why an exclamation mark is called an exclamation. So that's a sudden expression of surprise or another strong feeling. What we're going to do, I'm going to read some of the definitions again and I want you to tell me what that word is. I am not going to use my mouse to help you this time. So you need to make sure you've got your best listening ears on. Right, which word means a sentence that gives information? Fantastic, it's a statement, well done. Which word means a sudden expression of surprise or another strong feeling? Fantastic, exclamation. Which word means telling someone to do something? Fantastic, command. Now what I've done, I've just jumped to the wrong slide. I apologise, year 2. There we go, back on the right one. What I've done is I've moved these around. I've got the picture of the man there, the picture of the people, and the exclamation mark. I've written the words, and I've got the definitions. I'd like you to get your piece of paper and your pencil, and I would like you to write or draw the picture, the word, and its definition so that we can match them all to the right ones because they are all jumbled up. You might want to pause the video so that you can do this activity. And then we'll talk through the answers. Off you go. Okay, so we're going to have a look. We've got the army man, and he looks really cross and he looks like he's telling somebody to do something. That's called giving a command. Well done. So a command is telling somebody to do something. This one is of the people talking. That matches up with statement. Well done. They are telling each other something. A statement is a sentence that gives some information. And then we've got the last one. An exclamation mark goes with exclamation, and that is a sudden expression of surprise or another strong feeling. Well done if you got all of those correct. So, yesterday's lesson we learnt about questions. Can you remember what we need when we write a question? If you think you know, I want you to shout it out. We need a at the beginning. What do we need? We need a question word at the beginning. Well done. We need a at the end. What do we need at the end? We need a question mark. Well done at the end. So we know we need a question word, like what, and we know we need a question mark. I'm going to show you a sentence, and I want you to say yes if you think it's a question and no if you don't think it's a question. Remember, you need to look for that question word at the beginning and the question mark at the end. If you can see both of those things, then it's a question. Are we ready? Sentence number 1. What time is it? If it's a question, shout yes. If it's not a question, shout no. Ooh, tricky one. It looks like it should be a question, but it's got something missing. What has it got missing? Well done, a question mark. Now, if that sentence had the question mark on it, it would be a question, but because it was missing it, it's not a question. Well done if you said no for that one. Are you ready for the next one? Remember, shout out yes or no. Is this a question? Pandas live in China. Well done, this one's not a question because as you can see, it doesn't have a question word at the beginning. Pandas isn't a question word, pandas is a noun. That should definitely not have a question mark at the end. It should have a full stop. Well done. Ready for another? Okay. Is this a question? Yes. Or is it not a question? No. Could you help me? Well done, year 2. Yeah, that one is a question. It's got a question word at the beginning. And it's got a question mark at the end. Could you help me? And the last one. Is this a question? I know what they are. No, that one is not a question. It doesn't have a question mark and it doesn't have a question word. Well done, year 2. You are doing absolutely fantastic. Okay. So we've been learning about questions, and a question is one type of sentence, but there are 4 types of sentences altogether. Questions, statements, commands, and exclamations. I wonder if anybody thinks they recognise those words from our vocab blast. Well done! So I know that everybody here is going to be an expert because we already should know what some of these things are from our vocab blast at the beginning. Today we are looking at statements and commands, and we might look at exclamations next week. So let's see if we've been listening so far. Statements. What is a statement? Who can remember what a statement is? If you think you know, write it down. Well done. Statements are sentences that give information. They can express a fact, idea, or opinion. So it could be something that's true, but it doesn't have to be, and it could just be an idea. Statements have always got one clause at least, a subject, the noun, and a verb, and a full stop at the end. And I've got an example here for you. So what I would like you to do, if you know how to do your Kung Fu punctuation, I'd like you to join in with this. If you're not in my class and you don't do Kung Fu punctuation, I'd just like you to read it out loud, please. All together. Roald Dahl is a good author. Bang. Roald Dahl is a good author. That is a statement. It's not got loads and loads of information. It's just got one clause, but it could have more if it wanted to. It's got a full stop at the end. It's got our verb. I wonder if anybody can spot which word the verb is. Well done. That's is. And it's got a subject, a noun. Well done if you spotted that one. Roald Dahl. He's our person in this sentence. Roald Dahl is a good author. So that is a statement. I am going to show you a sentence and I want you to have a think. Is the sentence a statement? Remember, it has to give a fact, an idea or an opinion. Just like this one. Roald Dahl is a good author. That is an opinion. Where are you going? Is that a statement? Shout yes if you think so and no if you think it's not. Well done. It's not a statement, is it? Because it's got a question word and it's got a question mark. That makes this a question. Fantastic, year 2. And one more. It is very cold outside, so I'm wearing my warmest coat. Is this a statement? Yes. Or is it not? No. Yes, it is a statement. It is very cold outside. We are telling the person that is reading or listening something, aren't we? We're telling them something. It is very cold outside. We're giving them some extra information as well. So I'm wearing my warmest coat. It's got 2 statements in it, in fact, because we're telling people that it's very cold and we're telling people that we're wearing our warmest coat. Those are 2 different statements, but they're put together in one sentence. That's okay. The other one that we're going to look at are commands. Think back again to when we were doing our vocab blast at the beginning. What is a command? Commands are sentences that, well done, tell somebody to do something. They give instructions. Commands usually begin with an imperative verb. That is tricky. Imperative verb. I wonder if you can say that. I'll say it and then you say it. Imperative verb. Well done. Let's try it in a robot voice. Imperative verb. Fantastic. An imperative verb. Now we know what verbs are. A verb is a doing word, an action word. An imperative verb is a verb that tells somebody to do something. So maybe when me or Miss or Mammy say, sit down in your chair, sit is an imperative verb because we're telling you to do it. We're saying sit in your chair. What I would like you to do is have a think. Imagine that you're telling somebody how to make a paper plate angel, just like we did before Christmas. What imperative verbs might you use? How would you tell them to make it? What are you going to tell them to do? Write a list of those imperative verbs. You might say, put the paper plate on the table. You might say, fold the paper plate in half. I want you to choose those imperative verbs and write as many as you can. Pause the video, see how many you can get that talk about making a paper angel. Off you go. Okay. Have a look at your list of imperative verbs. See if you've got the same ones that I came up with. Fold, cut, glue, stick. Because you have to fold the card, you have to cut the card, you had to stick on the angel's face, or you had to glue on the halo. Well done if you got those, and well done if you even got some different ones as well. I have got some sentences again, hidden underneath these pink rectangles. I want you to decide, are these sentences commands? If you think they are, shout yes. If you don't think they are, shout no. If they're not a command, we might talk about what type of sentence they actually are. Are we ready? Let's go. Put your coat on. Well done, it is a command. We are telling somebody to do something. Let's have a look at the next one. Remember to shout yes for it being a command or no if it's not a command. Are you listening? Well done, that is not a command. It's got a question word at the beginning and a question mark at the end. So what must that one be? Fantastic, it's a question. Ready for the next one? First, find a pencil. Is that a command? Well done, it is a command. Even though it has this first at the beginning, we are still telling somebody what to do. We are still saying, find a pencil. So that sentence is a command. Ready for the next one? Miss Hamami asked you to put your coat on. Ooh, I wonder if this will trick anybody out. Is it a command or not a command? This one isn't a command. This one is a statement because we are reminding somebody of what they have been told to do already. We are giving them that information. Miss Hamami asked you to put your coat on. Miss Hamami might have said put your coat on, but you didn't tell them to do it. Somebody else did. So you're using a statement. You're telling them what someone else has said. And the last one. Don't forget to tick your success criteria. Is that a command? Yes, well done, it is. Even though we're saying don't forget, we're still telling someone to do something because we're telling them not to do something as well. Now we're moving on to our activities. If you are feeling very brave today and you would like to do the 3-star challenge, have a look on the website for these worksheets. They are going to help you. Don't worry if you can't print them off. Okay, you can do it on your computer or your tablet, whatever you're looking at these videos on, or you can just do it on the piece of paper in front of you. It doesn't matter how you do it, we just want to see you doing them at home. You've got some sentences here at the bottom and you need to decide whether they are statements, commands, or questions. Read them. Pandas are black and white and they live in China. And think about whether or not it is one of these things. Statements can be really, really tricky. So I would, if it was me doing this activity, I would be thinking, right, is this a command? Is it a question? And if it's neither of those things, then it must be a statement. Pandas are black and white and they live in China. I'm not telling somebody to do something, so it's not a command. I'm not asking a question because I don't have a question word or a question mark, so it can't be a question, so I would have to put it in here. If you can print these out at home and cut them and stick them on, then you can do that. If you can't do that at home, just write the sentence out. That's okay too. If you are wanting a 2-star challenge, so that's not as difficult as a 3-star, you have got the same activity, but you have got smaller sentences, not as many of them, okay? But the same thing is true, so you need to decide where the sentences need to go. Stop cutting down trees. Are you telling somebody to do something for a command? Are you asking a question? Is there a question mark or a question word? Are you giving them some information? Is it a statement? You need to think about those things and stick them in the right places or write them in the right places. If you get a bit stuck and you can't remember what a statement, a command and a question are, just rewind this video and have another listen. And then we've got the last one, the 1-star challenge. These ones have got communicate in print on, okay? And there aren't as many of them, but the symbols should help you read the sentences. Decide again, save their animals. Is that a statement? Is that a bit of information? Is that a command? Are we telling somebody to do something? Or is it a question? Does it have a question mark and a question word? Decide where they go and put them in the right places. Thank you for coming to this literacy lesson. I look forward to seeing you for the next one. Bye everybody, can't wait to see your work.